you need to come out with a preliminary design of your UI of your system using Storyboard. Okay, so you need to create or think of draft. Okay, create or draft lah. You draft the design of your system, like how your system will look like, the login page, and then after login, what happened? Like if like Calvin, right? Your system is for ticketing system, kan? So after login, where it goes. Okay, so you can refer to your HTA also for this. So you can follow the process in your HTA, and you come up with the storyboard. Okay, so what storyboard is? Have you all learned about storyboard previously? Have you all storyboard
I think have
during your diploma, Kafira?
yeah, HDI also.
Oh yeah, same thing. But I'm not sure. I haven't looked through the all the lecture notes, but I'm not sure if this one is will be covered in your lecture notes. But here I provide to you some guideline for you to do your storyboard. So basically, storyboard is um, it's like story making, but using your this one is referring to your for the cost for HCI is for your system now, right? So you so you this one software. So you can watch this video. Okay, you can watch this video how to create a UX storyboard. So means you draft your system interface. Okay, you draft your system interface, and then you give like some explanation on what the user will do with that interface. Okay. I'm trying to find an example. Hold on, I So you can use software, or you can also sketch using your hand if you want. You can sketch. You can if you prefer sketching, you can do sketching and use your like a hand drawn something like this. Eh, gawin daw like although na look at that. This one.
Miss,
Huh?
this storyboard is something like step by step, like how the user use the system, right?
Yes, you based on a scenario. That's why I say just now you refer to your refer to your what do you call it, the HTA, because the HTA you have process like a process like login, and then after login what the user will see, and then what happened next. I'm still on this one. Hopefully can open. Okay, so you basically you show step by step of what will happen when the user use your system, like this one. Okay, so this one like the first page when the user want to use your system. Sekejap ah. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so like this one, right? This example, maybe for your system, you go log in, right? You have login. If you don't have login, then you go to the like welcoming page of your system, and then you explain what happened in that system and what is the process. Okay, and then you navigate, like maybe you log in or maybe you forgot password, something like that. So next, what will happen? Um, like for what? Okay, parking lah, si Farah punya parking system. So you how your system work already ah. So next, the first user login and then scan QR code ka. Okay, scan QR code, and then you show the how your UI will look like. Okay, and then next after you scan QR code, example lah. After you scan QR code, and then what is the next page that the user will see, and you explain a little bit like a story, like the story of what is going on that particular interface. And then next, You pair, right? You want to pair, and then what does the user see on your UI? Okay, do you have the idea?
I think I have the idea. But Miss,
Mm.
if um like if there's so many steps,
Mhm.
then need to create all the steps or just like simplify it.
No,
Or how?
you need to show all the detail. Like if you have five buttons, right, at your welcoming page, you have five buttons, so you need to create each one. You need to show each one of it how it function. Like if it go to login, go to login process. So login process, habis, and then after that, like go to this next. If the user pick tekan the next button, like the other button, then what happen? So five. You can draw using your hand, or you can use software to um, to show your interface. Yeah, you need to draw. You need to show. You need to draft. So that's why I give you another one link here. You can see this one. These all are type of storyboard software. If you want to do it on the computer, okay. So you can use this software. Some are paid, some got free. Ada yang free, and then Toon you also this one also this one good software, but it's paid. So I mentioned previously Canva. So Canva you can try Canva if you want. So Canva got free, so it's very easy to use also. So you like creating graphic design for this one for the UI design for the storyboard. Sorry. So you can try this. You can use it for free also. The paid one would be like the difference between paid and free version is that resources is lesser that for free version, but you still can use all the function. Okay, so you can try Canva also. This one, I think this one is we can download the software or you can do in on the website itself. So, also, there are your seniors like from other branches that I've seen some examples of this HCI project. They draw using hands. Okay, so you can use your comparis like you use ruler and then you use pencil and use pen to write down the description. Okay, so you can do that. So now is the time for you to think of how your system will really works. Okay, so remember this is HCI. You need to focus on the interface design, the UX and the UI. Okay, so Kelvin, okay, Noel, you know what to do.
はい。
Okay, so you can I give you I pass for this 45 minutes. I want you to study what is this storyboard about, and then here this one is actually an assignment. Okay, I assigned to you already. So as usual, you put in your draft in Google Docs. Okay, so this is what you need to do for today. Okay, so if you don't have anything to put in your Google Docs for today, try to you just put in your Google Docs, attach the Google Docs, and let me know if you want to hand draw it, you want to hand drawn, or you want to use software. So you decide what software you want to use, and then you decide on the process. Okay, so you can like already start to draft your design. Okay, so if you have the HTA already, it will be helpful for you. Uh, you can refer to the HTA for you to do the UI. Sorry, for you to do the storyboard. Okay. So any question before I let you do your work for this storyboard? You do some research on this storyboard first.
Miss,
Yes.
if I draw kan,
Mm-hmm.
do I need like make it pretty or like draft only can?
You lukis you mean tangan ka?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I draw
Uh,
hand.
you can for storyboard you don't have to kasih tapo cantik lah, as long as I can see the button, as long as I can
Or
see.
as long as the content can see and can read like that
Mm,
lah.
Yes, do not necessarily ko kasi color lah, like very nice one, no need lah. You just very simple one lah. You just kotak-kotak pun pun boleh. Like first scenario, like you have this one one apa ni, one square, and then inside there we have button. Then you lukis and the three square, and then login button, forgot password button, something like that lah. Okay, and then fill the field, like if you need the user to fill up text or anything, you just draw the text to fill in. Okay, you imagine like a system, like a real system. So this is storyboarding is just a draft. You don't have to kasih cantik terlampau.
Okay,
Yeah,
understand.
correct. All right. So if you use hand drawn, you can use you can scan using your phone. You can use cam scanner if you want, or you can just snap using your normal camera and insert into the Google Docs. Yeah, you can do that. Um, and if you decided to use software, of course you can do that also, but you just state what is the software that you use for your designing. Okay, so make sure if you pick a software, make sure the software allow you to download your design. Okay, so some software, like if it's there is a paid version and free version. Usually sometimes you cannot download the image, but for Canva you can download, definitely can download. I'm actively using Canva, so you can download your design for Canva, but the rest of the software that's available listed here, I'm not sure. Okay, so maybe there's others as well. You can try to find on your own juga lah, whichever you feel comfortable. All right, so I would suggest you to go and watch this YouTube video first before you go and find your storyboard software, or if you want to do it, if you want to hand on it. Okay, so I will be here if you have any question. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Storytelling plays a large role in UX. One way to convey stories is through a storyboard. There are three main components of a storyboard: a specific scenario, visuals that are displayed in sequence and include details relevant to the story, and corresponding captions that sum up the user's actions, environment, or emotional state. Storyboards are a low-fidelity artifact that can be completed in 6 steps. First, gather your data. Use data from user interviews, usability tests, or site metrics to craft your story. Second, choose the level of fidelity you prefer. Keep in mind the goal and audience of the artifact. A storyboard can be done collaboratively with Post-its as part of an ideation meeting. With photographs or video stills from a usability test to distill information to a larger audience, or through design programs as a higher fidelity deliverable to a client. Don't spend too much time finessing the visuals unless you have to. The third step is to define the basics. Choose a persona and scenario that corresponds to a single user path so that your storyboard doesn't split off into multiple directions. Next, you can start planning out the panels of your storyboard. Think about what steps you want to show. You can draw as you go, but I like to plan my storyboard panels by thinking through the steps and activities I want to highlight before drawing. Now we can start adding visuals and captions. While you can use advanced illustrations and create a beautiful comic book style artifact, they're not a prerequisite for effective storyboards. Stick figures and basic sketches are just fine. Draw out your panels and add corresponding captions to describe additional context that aren't conveyed at first glance. The sixth and final step to our storyboard is to distribute and iterate. Whether you're letting your team in on research findings or asking for feedback on expected workflows, share it with a wider audience and iterate if needed. Storyboards help us empathize with our users by visualizing their workflows. Use these steps to tell a story about your users.
Hi guys. On this episode, I'm going to talk to you about storyboarding in a design sprint session. It can be one of the most frustrating ones because it's so easy to go out of path and to lose focus in this one. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how we do it here at Relab based on our experience and how to make the whole process a lot smoother so you save the stress out of the day. You're going to fast forward to day 3 or day 2, usually, depending on which version of design sprint that you're working on. But I'm going to remind you that prior to starting the storyboarding session, it's very important to always look back to the goals, the questions, and the user journey that is the focus of the sprint. So I've drawn a very low-fi version of a user journey. I'll actually link down below towards that before we go into the storyboarding session. Okay, so keeping that in mind, we know exactly which areas of a user journey that we're focusing on, and that's really what we wanted to remind ourselves again on how and what to storyboard. So one of the things that we've learned as well is before you start a storyboard, it's always best to think about the best ideal scenario of a user test flow. So what is it exactly that you want to test with your users on day 4 or day 5? Usually. And then later on, there will be another process of voting.
Miss,
Yes, Noel.
so the storyboard is almost same like the HTA.
Sorry.
Is the storyboard same approach like the HTA? Just 2 for
Uh,
1
Actually, for this storyboard, you need to do for all the function that you have
for
in your
function.
yeah. But like the HDA you did, the one you can use that as reference up, like to for you to start to do the storyboard. Okay, did I answer your question?
Mm, is the storyboard can it be like a comic, like got the stickman?
Can yeah, that's storyboard. That is what storyboard is. You yeah, so something like comic lah. Like
Oh,
you can draw the human also inside, like apa ni, using your system. Up to you how you want to present it. As long as you can present the UI of your system and you explain some details about how user will experience or what is the user experience when they're using the system. Okay,
oh, okay.
you try first and then I'll check. Okay, I think you all have the idea, but like maybe masih confused, right? So you try to do research on how to do your storyboard first. But of course, remember to refer back to your persona lah, like if you put colors, you already decide to put colors, then you decide on the colors and so in the placement of the buttons and so on, right?
Okay.
My persona, my activity haven't finished. I still ask if can write like this. I show in the my proposed persona draft.
You want me to see your persona draft?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I writing the activity correct way or not. Very at the
This one?
bottom there at the bottom.
Oh,
It's just a picture from my persona template.
okay, okay.
Like this can I just time what time I do things, what time I do.
Mm, yes, yeah,
Okay.
like this, yeah.
Uh,
The
that's
same
all.
with, okay, all right.
I just haven't decorate the
Yeah, it's okay. Take your time. At least you have the draft ready lah.
all these things. Submit when all these
Hmm?
all these all the persona and then it's all the parts of the assignment. Do we submit one at one time? We all at once or all at once? All this the 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 draft.
The weekly for weekly practical, right?
Yeah, the weekly practical.
Yeah, the weekly practical are all parts of your assignment.
The HTA I haven't started yet. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So because you need to finish from the beginning, then you can continue to the next part. Okay. So all of the practical activity that we do for this course is part of your assignment submission later on. So actually, the CC required you to submit your parts like weekly, and then I evaluate from there. But maybe because I can see like your progress, like um, cannot cannot follow the progress. Like 1 hour is not enough, right, to do it. So I'll just for practical, we do draft, and then at the end of the semester, like week 11, we before submission now. Then you combine everything in one PDF, then you submit in one Google Docs, then you submit.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you,
so
miss.
at least every week your assignment is moving lah, right? It's not like just sitting there and for you not doing nothing. So that's why practical session we do assignment. Okay.
Oh, okay, miss.
All right.
Miss.
Hmm. Better kat tu.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like my system is about the parking finder, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like since the parking finder like need to turn on the GPS, so like do I
Mm-hmm.
need like a step like to turn on the GPS again and then goes to the setting?
No, that one is not your system, right? That one is like additional requirement. So that one you can put in somewhere notes. Notes like when you want to connect to the GPS, right?
Okay.
You just give additional notes below your your GUI, your interface, and you mention user need to set up GPS in,
Oh, okay,
in
okay,
yeah,
understand.
you do. You don't have to show other than your system. You just show your system only. Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you, miss.
All right.